to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
In the spirit of the Easter period, Governor Godswill Akpabio has enjoined Akwa Ibom people to find comfort in the shared commitment to unity and strength in a common aspiration for a greater state. Akpabio, who gave the charge in a radio and television broadcast marking this year's Easter celebrations, said, "Let those who seek to divide us with politics be reminded that Christ said, it was through loving that one can prove himself as being a true disciple." He remarked, "Let the lessons of Easter inspire us to make sacrifices for the unity and progress of our dear state and nation." The governor, who challenged the people on patriotism, urged them to think in terms of what they can do for the state and not what the state can do for them. He further urged them to think in terms of justice, fairness, and equity in this season of politics.
As we mark this momentous event of Easter, let us find comfort in our shared commitment to unity and find strength in our common aspiration for a greater Akwa Ibom state. Let us think in terms of what we can do for our dear state and not what the state can do for us. Let us think in terms of justice, fairness, and equity in this season of politics. I am not unaware that this will be the last time I will celebrate Easter with you as your governor. In the last 8 years, I have run a good race, so I believe, fought a good fight of faith, and I am set to complete my cause. In all these years, I have sought to let all Akwa Ibom children come together, not as Ibibios or Anangs or from Moron, but as brothers and sisters and children of one God. I have sought to let the example of Christ's love for us remain the foundation of our unity. The lesson of Easter was recently brought home to us by the statesman-like action of our dear President, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, when he opted to concede the presidential election in the public interest, even before the announcement of the final results. By this singular action, the president has resurrected morality in politics, good conscience, and shown patriotism and goodwill to our dear country. On this score, I wish to commend President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan for this powerful national lesson during this season of love and sacrifice. The president lived up to his vow that no ambition was worth the blood of any Nigerian. We should bear this in mind as we prepare to elect our governor, our next governor, come April 11, 2015. The true Akwa Ibom spirit of loyalty was tested in the presidential election recently held, and we acquitted ourselves creditably. We were with the president right down to the finishing line. We are proud of his performance as president, and we are proud of our support for him throughout his tenure. This nation now knows that in Akwa Ibom State, we do not have a place for the Judas Iscariot of this world.
While thanking the people for electing their representatives to the Senate and House of Representatives, stressed the need for them to support the shift in power for the office of governor to Eket Senatorial District, an office which Uyo and Ikot-Ekpene senatorial districts have occupied these last 16 years, to give the people of that senatorial district a sense of belonging to the Akwa Ibom project.
I want to thank you for electing your representatives to the Senate and in the House of Representatives. By your kind mandate, I'll be representing you in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria hereafter. And I'm aware that to whom much is given, much is expected. I thank you for the confidence reposed in me. The echoes of our principal stance that justice should be done to the good people of Eket Senatorial District, who have not tested the gubernatorial seat in Akwa Ibom State in 27 years of our state's existence, should ring louder in this season of love, in this season of justice, and in this season of sacrifice. Let us play politics of inclusion and not that of exclusion, in order to give all parts of our dear state a sense of belonging in the Akwa Ibom project. I urge all Nigerians, particularly my dear children of Akwa Ibom State, to remain united in spite of the outcome of the past presidential elections, and to face the forthcoming elections with great vigor and hope. As we go out to cast our votes, let us remember that what is sauce for the goose is also sauce for the gander. Let us show love to our brothers and sisters from Eket Senatorial District by giving them the opportunity to test the gubernatorial seat of our dear state that Uyo and Ikot-Ekpene Senatorial Districts have so far tested. There is no greater way to show love that is consistent with the spirit of Easter than to exhibit this sense of equity and fairness to our brothers and sisters from Eket Senatorial District. Let the words of the late American civil rights activist, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., ring in our ears that we are all bound in a single garment of destiny. Let those who seek to divide us with politics be reminded that Christ said it was through loving one another that one can prove himself as being a true disciple of God.
Prior to the Easter celebrations, the governor was given a hero's welcome from his official trip to Abuja. The Ibom International Airport was filled to the brim with thousands of PDP faithful and supporters turning out to welcome His Excellency. The people had defied the scorching sun to receive their hero. The atmosphere was electric as the aircraft touched down later in the evening, and the governor, who was overwhelmed by the sheer love, thanked the people for their support for all PDP candidates in the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections, maintaining that by that token they have proven to be a people to be trusted, having earlier promised to give Mr. President their votes during his campaign visit to the state.
When the history of Nigeria will be written, it shall be said that Akwa Ibom people are trustworthy people. That Akwa Ibom people are trustworthy. Betray their brothers. That Akwa Ibom people are honest people. I don't want you to bother about what happened, but you know some of our brothers in the Niger Delta, in the North Central, who knew very well that President Goodluck Jonathan was the first ever minority president for Nigeria. Since 1968, decided to betray him. May you never be a Judas. I am happy that you came out, because I went to Abuja with your votes to go and show that Akwa Ibom people are not traitors. Carbon people are not traitors. Turn round to your neighbor and say, I am not a traitor. I am not a traitor. God will reward me. In my honesty and my trustworthiness. In Jesus' name. Your day will come when the world will stand by you. Your day will come when Nigeria will stand by you. Because you did not betray your brother. Yes. Some of those who are jubilating do not understand the import of what they have done. Yes. Even when Judas Iscariot decided to collect money and betray his Lord and Master, Jesus Christ, did he enjoy the money? No. I tell the Bible people that when your brother President Goodluck Jonathan came, you promised you will vote for him. Yes. And you did not just vote for him, you voted massively for him. And when you said PDP, you have power. I love you all.
Akpabio, who himself just won election to represent Ikot-Ekpene senatorial district in the Red Chamber of the National Assembly, assured the people that the state remained a PDP state and urged the people of the state to support PDP candidates in the forthcoming elections to complete the victory for the party in the state. The governor dispelled fears of another party controlling the center, maintaining that should not make the people to lose sleep, since all the projects the state was enjoying today were done by the state government, pointing out that even states that were in opposition to the federal government at the center still did well.
Let me tell you what will happen. Lagos State developed the way it is today, but they have never been part and parcel of the center. Yeah. Lagos has developed as the biggest economy among the 36 states, but they have never been part of the center. Yeah. Show me one project of your uncommon project here, of the uncommon transformation that was done by the federal government. No. Does the federal government do it at Ministerial? No. Does the federal government empower you as a local government? No. Does the federal government give you appointment as social affairs? No. Is it not the state government? Yes. That's why you must return the state government. You will not allow people to come from Lagos and take your resources to go and empower themselves.
God forbid!
Anybody. Yes. You will guard your resources. Yes. You will stand by the PDP. Yes. You will not betray the PDP. Yes. It is only for a while. Yes. You have strange bedfellows coming together. I will not predict it. But let us watch. 6 months from today, 1 year from today, we'll come to see like one that is called ACN, CPC, PDDG, AMPP, a section of AGA. It will show very soon. That is when the PDP will bounce back. That's when the PDP will bounce back. So my message to you is to note that you must take your destiny in your hands. You must vote and watch your vote. Don't allow anybody to read you out. It is not going to happen. Can you say to Jaffa? Who is your next governor? I stand. On the vision I stand. Let me tell you, God does not make a mistake. In creating the blacks, in creating the Chinese, in creating the Caucasians, and in creating the Mongolians, God does not make a mistake. Nigeria has never had the 36 states ruled by one political party. You will see people who are interested in border politics. They want to run to the center to go and look for appointment. How many have they given us? There is no federal government that will not give you minister. Because the constitution says that you must have a minister from the state. Are you with me? Yes. nobody will tell you right. Yeah. If it's a National Population Commission, you must be there. Yes. Regional Population Commission, you must be there. Yes. All the statutory bodies, you must be there. Yes. But outside that, how many did we have? None. How many did we have? None. Who built the international airport? Your state government. Who built all the hospitals in the Bible? Your state government. Who built the international stadium? Who built over 300 roads in the state? Who did even the privatization of federal roads? That is why you must hold on to your state government. Before we decided to pick a candidate from Eket, we had town hall meeting. We went to 10 federal constituencies and we asked the people, where should the next governor come from? Of the 10 federal constituencies, not one said he should be from any other place. Anybody who has polluted ambition, who thinks he's richer than a Bible said, that wants to come from anywhere else, outside the case of the district, outside the Rwanda,
the senator-elect for Uyo Senatorial District, Mr. Basi Albert, better known as Oba, thanked the people for their massive support to the PDP. He assured that with the caliber of representatives they have elected, the state would reach greater heights. He particularly lauded Governor Godswill Akpabio for his uncommon leadership qualities, which is said has cemented the state as one of the states to beat in Nigeria, and urged the party faithful and indeed all people of the state to vote for the PDP in the forthcoming elections in the state.
I can assure you, we have only lost the presidency. Yes. Akpabio is intact. Yes. You don't need to talk too much. I am the people's senator. Representing the youth senator. We don't get the Emmanuel. And all the House of Assembly candidates will be returned in the youth senator. They want to give people billions to come and take Akwa Ibom. All we have said is that Akwa Ibom is not for. We have witnessed what you have done in Akwa Ibom, and what we are clamoring for is continuity and consolidation. The change we wanted in Akwa Ibom, we had it in 2007. The emergence of you as the governor of this state in 2007 brought about total change. That change is brought about uncommon.
Just as what you have said, don't be moved. No shaking. Nothing will change in our Bible. We continue to move forward. We want to thank you for not betraying our brother. I said to the women earlier on this afternoon at Banquet Hall, what happened was a clear betrayal. And I thank God that we are not part of that betrayal. And because of that, God will stand by us. We will not lose anything. We are not going to miss anything. What God has designed for this state will be. I can assure you that. Go back home, preach to your sisters, to your mothers, to your brothers, that they should not be afraid. PDP is still the answer for the Bible. I told my women, it's just a matter of years. We are taking over. We're surely going to buy.
Akwa Ibom State has undoubtedly done well under the watch of Governor Godswill Akpabio. For instance, it is under Akpabio that the 27-year-old state got her first set of flyovers, 4 of them within Uyo, the state capital alone. These were done bearing in mind the huge volume of traffic expected to build up as the state prepares to welcome people from all parts of the world as it becomes that choice destination. Add to these are hundreds of roads, both state and federal, totaling more than 2,000 kilometers. Several have been completed, while a number of them which contracts were awarded in the twilight of this administration have reached advanced stages of completion. The 20th anniversary hospital, the first quaternary hospital in the country, is being completed and would be commissioned before 29th May, when the tenure of this administration ends. If there is anything for which Governor Akpabio would love to be remembered, it is the fact that the psyche of the Akwa Ibom person has in the last 8 years been boosted. He can stand tall in the committee of other Nigerians and speak up without being cowed.
Definitely, we can walk tall and we can talk proudly in the committee of states in the nation. The governor has been able to raise the standard. He has raised Akwa Ibom from grass to grace. And I want to use this opportunity to give God the glory and thank him very seriously for showing us love and for taking Akwa Ibom to the next level.
Today, a typical Akwa Ibom person is a proud person in Nigeria. Tony, my brother, it never used to be the story yesterday. I can move into the land of Abuja. I speak tall. I talk tough. Because I'm from where? Akwa Ibom. And the story is different as orchestrated by Godswill Akpabio. It's a wonderful thing.
This is made possible by the quality of leadership which Governor Akpabio provides. He has made this possible also through provision of free and compulsory education for all Akwa Ibom children and other Nigerians residing in the state. Courtesy of the Akpabio administration, school buildings now wear a new look.
The past government did not remember this school. This is the only girls' boarding school in the city. So when our dear governments, led by Chief Dr. Godswill Akpabio, CON, came in, you remember that girls' education is very, very important. He came to our rescue, renovated all the structures you've seen. We don't lack anything. Gave us free blocks of toilets, water system, showers, borehole to take care of that situation. In the classroom you have, we're renovated with fans and lights. So our children, our teachers, our non-teaching staff, we are very happy and we thank God for the gift of these governments. And we pray that God give him strength to do good things for the community that is leading.
Well, before now, this place was not a good sight to behold. The whole building were dilapidated, and in fact, it was even some of us teachers, we find it difficult to ask our friend to come and see us here. It was as bad as that. But we thank God for the present administration, headed by Governor Godswill Akpabio. Within the twinkle of an eye, in fact, it did not take up to 6 months. The whole place was renovated.
The generality of Akwa Ibom environment is very inviting. What with the serenity, ambience and peaceful disposition of the people. For all these, the people are happy and do appreciate His Excellency for his good works.
I've been hearing a lot about Uyo, and wow, this is really breathtaking. Words cannot contain what I want to say to him, but I know his ancestors will pay him for what he has done. Not any man could, but heaven will really reward him. This is wonderful. The people of Akwa Ibom are very privileged to have such a governor like Dr. Akpabio, seriously.
Saying a word to the man is, let's say, an understatement. I should congratulate him for his good works, because truly he's a man for the people and he has given us the opportunity to see what government is all about and what democracy is all about and what dividends of democracy is all about. He has given us the definition of 1, democracy, 2, dividends of democracy, and 3, governance, good governance.
The period leading up to elections is always tense, more so the after. But the people are hereby enjoined to remain calm and toe the path of peace in the interest of our nation. Do this, if not for the sake of democracy, at least for the risen Christ who died for our sake. Peace is all that matters.
Uncommon Transformation television series brings to you the latest information of the monumental achievements of the Governor Akpabio-led administration. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to read the latest news, watch amazing videos and listen to in-depth analysis and interviews with the men and women working hand in hand with stakeholders to make Akwa Ibom State better. You can also log on to our website www.uncommontransformation.tv for more information. Uncommon Transformation television series, bringing to you the right and current information when you need it.